day's adventure. We are here at the Santa Monica Promenade. I haven't been here in such a long time, but we are here to do something very exciting, different. It says dare to look inside. Hey guys, it's Judy. Welcome back to my channel. Like I said, we are here in Santa Monica at the Santa Monica Art Museum. I have never been here, but there were some ads on my Instagram talking about a monster exhibit, an exhibit of horrors, and I have not seen anybody come out and post about it. And so I reached out and I was like, hey, I'm really interested about your location, what exhibit you're having, and I want to come check it out. So they invited me to come. I believe this exhibit started mid-September, and I believe it ends the first week of January. I'll make sure to post the information at the bottom, but let's go ahead and check it out. They are waiting for you. Oh, this is so cool. They have some blood splatter on the window. And I believe this is a regular art museum, and it changes into different exhibits throughout the season. And this is the first time that I noticed them doing like a spooky one. Alright, we made it. Check out the posters here. They have some old school ones. Creature from the Black Lagoon, I Want to Believe. They have The Bride of Frankenstein, Night of the Living Dead, The Curse of the Werewolf. So before you go into the museum, they have this animatronic as you walk in. I see a sensor. There it is. Alright, let's go on in. I'll show you guys the little gift store after. There's like to the right, this way, and this way. Alright, so as soon as you walk in, the first room to the left, so it goes kind of over like movie horror icons and lores and myths of all like the horror monsters that exist. So this room is the boogeyman. So it says that across cultures and generations, the boogeyman embodies primal fear of the unknown. Is it real? Is it just a shadow from imagination? So when you go over here, it's pretty cool because it is kind of like art related. And because it is Christmas, well, you can see the boogeyman at the bottom of the bed. I like how they have the audio, it's really cool. You can see like big ginormous hands on, like if the kid was sleeping. And tried about the rain, so it's a spider and I just all it can. And then here it says, don't look under the bed. This is the folklore, ancient tales and fairy tales of the first monsters. Three-headed dog. They call it Cerberus. This is Baby Yaga, the fearsome witch of Slavic folklore, a figure both revered and reviled. She is a symbol of wild, untamed nature and the dangers that lurk within. We have Medusa, the ancient Greek, and then at the bottom, Nagual, Mesoamerica, and the dragon, Sumerian. We're gonna continue straight, and let's see. It says, be careful as you venture into the dark and mysterious woods where the line between myth and reality blurs. This is cool. It has the Night Walker, photos of the Night Walker, the Jersey Devil, the Skunk Ape, the Pale Walker, the Loch Ness Monster, the Duendes from Mexico, Ninja in Japan, and the Mothman. So here is Bigfoot. And there's like a sensor, so the light keeps going off and on. It says Bigfoot is a giant of the forest. It is a creature of myth and mystery. Sightings and legends abound, but proof remains as the creature itself. Bigfoot taps into our fear of the unknown, the idea that there are things in this world that defy explanation. Moving on to the next monster, we have the Mothman. I like the whole setup here. It's so dark and his eyes are glowing. And then for the Mothman, it's a little bit hard to see because it's completely dark over here, but it says that the winged creature with glowing red eyes has been sighted in the shadows of the American folklore since the 60s. Mothman symbolizes the dread of impending doom and the fear of what lies just out of sight. And we're still in the same room, so this one covers what looks like aliens. They call them the Greys, Grays, and it says extraterrestrial visitors represent our anxieties about the unknown universe and the possibility of encounters with beings far more advanced than ourselves. There are thousands of reported UFOs every year. They have this room. Look at this. I can't even, they're not even animatronics. They're like figurines. Do you guys know who this is based on the shackles?
Who is that?
This is Jacob Marley, bound of chains of greed. So it says, once Scrooge's business partner Jacob Marley now wanders in death, shackled by the very chains he forged in life. These links of greed and cold indifference to humanity weigh heavy upon his restless spirit. A warning to those who live without compassion. Marley's ghost, draped in the haunting glow of regret, serves as a chilling reminder that no fortune can buy freedom from the consequences of a heartless existence. Beware, for the fate of this doomed soul might be closer than you think. We are heading into the icons of horror. Welcome to the gallery of horror's greatest creators. Here we honor the filmmakers and the authors who have tapped into the darkness corners of the human psyche, giving life to monsters that continue to haunt us. All right, here lies the ghost of Christmas future. And check out the window. Check this out. Let me see. I'm gonna show you guys the projectors. It's taking a while. Here it is. You can see there's like somebody walking across. It looks like a lake. There's like somebody walking across. There it is. That's so cool. And then here is the ghost of Christmas future, the shadow of what may.
Won't you come with us?
I love the vibes here. Whoa. Okay. Wow. And then look who's here. Edgar Allan Poe. So it's honoring filmmakers and authors. So we have Mary Shelley here. And it says, at the age of 18, Mary Shelley penned Frankenstein, a novel that gave life to one of the most enduring monsters in literal history. We have James Whale. In 1931, James Whale brought Frankenstein to life on the silver screen, shaping the image of the monster in the minds of millions. We can't forget about Edgar Allan Poe.
It's not so good. It's
A
haunted.
poet of despair and a storyteller of the eerie, Edgar Allan Poe shaped the very essence of Gothic horror. His tales of madness, death, and the supernatural delve into the darkest corners of the human soul.
House?
And I like how they have a little setup. They have a black crow in honor of Edgar Allan Poe with a typewriter, Dracula and Frankenstein with some books of Edgar Allan Poe. I do see The Raven, Sleepy Hollow, Dracula, Frankenstein. We have F.W. Murnau. F.W. Murnau's Nosferatu stands as one of the earliest and most influential horror films, a silent masterpiece that brought the vampire myth to life with eerie, dreamlike visuals. That's crazy. I have never seen these photos. And we have Bram Stoker. With Dracula, Bram Stoker crafted one of the most iconic figures in horror, an immortal predator cloaked in elegance and terror. So we have a lot of history in this room. One of the most important people in the film industry that brought the greatest monsters alive on books and on TV and movie. Really awesome room. On to the next room. This is the graveyard. Enter the eerie stillness of the graveyard, a place where the boundary between life and death is both physical and psychological. Here, the dead don't always stay buried, symbolize our fears of mortality and the unknown that lies beyond. And this is really cool. They have a TV screen and they're showing how they do these sculptures. Kind of reminds me of like Nightmare Before Christmas, how they did that film. Kind of the same thing. And this is called Friends with Death, a film by Jim McKenzie, music by James McCaffrey and Zach Silva of Monkberry Sound. So this is cool. And then what's even better is the sculpture that they're working on. So check this out. See that? It's right here. And it's literally here on display. Check that out. Ain't that amazing? That's awesome. Friends with Death. Sculpture by Jim McKenzie. Kind of reminds me of almost like Day of the Dead stuff, like Dia de los Muertos, because it has like a bunch of these pretty flowers and roses at the bottom. It's so gorgeous. And in here at the back, they have photos of the process. So this is process photography pictures, and it's hard to tell. They're like little Polaroids, just documenting the progress of the sculpture. That's really fun. This is so fun. And this takes a lot of time. And then we have more monsters over here. This is the, I'm not gonna pronounce this right, but Frau Percha, which is the Christmas witch. Beware of the gaze of Frau Bucha, the enforcer of ancient alpine lore, known as the belly slitter. She judges the rituals of those in her wintry realm. Kind souls are rewarded, the lazy and deceitful face her blade. A figure of fear and justice, her dual nature reflects humanity's internal battle between discipline and indulgence. So this is the Christmas witch. Right next to the Christmas witch, we have some more. These are really cool. They remind me of something like a sci-fi movie. This one is done by, on Instagram, I'll tag them. It says to follow them. Their image, Eric. And this one is called Orsic Mystic. The birth of the succumbus. Look at that face. And this one is called the Duchess of Death. Check out her head or her face. It's two heads in one. Okay, and I think a lot of people are gonna like this one. We are headed to the Monster Lab. Welcome to the Monsters Lab. This is the birthplace of nightmares and fantasies alike. Here are artists that bring the extraordinary to life. I see Frankenstein, a version of Frankenstein. And look, most of their masks on display are from Immortal Masks, a very big company that we normally see at conventions and expos and stuff. Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood uses a lot of their masks. This is Count Crawley. And this is like what they use like to make the molds for like the headpieces. Here's a version of Frankenstein. It says Frank by Immortal Mask. So I'm not sure how old this is, but their masks are really good quality. So if there's any cosplayers that want good quality masks, you can find them on Instagram and you can find really great quality masks. I think this might be some kind of ad of like the, yeah, this is Immortal Mask. So like a little section of them promoting their mask. World's greatest silicone mask, only at Immortal Mask. She's called, it says Reanimation Becomes Her, sculpture by Ricardo Villanueva. I like how dramatic this one is with the heart. And this is Potato Face, a film by Jim McKenzie, starring Deep Roy and Doug Jones. I don't think I've ever seen this one. And here's a sculpture. Pretty creepy. It's not the potato face or the potato head that I grew up with. Yeah, this awesome photo op. I just got off of it, but you can just stand there and pretend you're a monster, Frankenstein's monster. We made it into Monsters of the Deep. 90% of our oceans remain unexplored. Holy cow, 95? I thought it was like 80 or 70. What horrors could be lurking beneath the surface? That's crazy. Look at how cool that is. This is the Kraken. The Kraken is lurking in the darkest depths. The Kraken is a force of chaos, a monstrous sea creature feared by sailors for centuries. With tentacles that stretch beyond imagination, it rises from the abyss to drag entire ships to a watery grave. Is it a myth? Or is it a warning from the ocean's endless mysteries? Only those who venture too far will ever know. The Ningen is said to haunt the icy waters of the Antarctic. Described as a colossal, pale, humanoid creature, sightings are rare but chilling. It's a form of blending with the frozen landscape, nearly undetectable. Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever heard of this. And it tells you like who made the sculpture. So this one's done by Ricardo Villanueva. This is the last monster, or the sea monster in this room. This is called the Grunge. In the eerie swamps of Louisiana, where the veil between worlds stands, the Grunge is said to roam, an elusive goat-like creature tied to the dark whispers of local folklore. According to the legend, the Grunge was born through powerful voodoo rituals, a fusion of blood and shadow, crafted in secret ceremonies deep in the bayou. We're going into the Hunter's Lounge. Step into the Hunter's Lounge, a haven for those who seek to unravel the mysteries of the monstrous. This space is more than just a room of weapons and trophies. It is a library of knowledge where ancient texts, rare artifacts, and secret journals reveal the truth behind the creatures that haunt our nightmares. Look at how pretty this looks. Oh, and check out the ornaments. They have skull ornaments on the tree. Really festive. And then the tree topper is a skull topper. Whoa. We have the werewolves. Werewolves have been a part of the folklore for centuries, symbolizing the thin line between human civility and animalistic rage. From ancient Greece myth of King Lycaon to medieval European witch hunts, the werewolf has represented fear of the unknown and the wild. We have a werewolf in London. We have the old London telephones. You can see him there, peeking. I have another one over here, but this one's empty. There's nobody in here. I wonder if you can open it. Let's see. No, it's locked. Telephone. Oh my gosh. Look who I see. Oh, cool. Only because it is middle of December and his movie is coming out. Nosferatu, the shadow that never dies. Emerging from the silent shadows of 1922, Nosferatu redefined terror with his gaunt, bat-like features and haunting presence. The vampire born from imagination of German expression defied death, laws, and expectations, becoming a monstrous icon that transcends time. Step into the world of darkness where horror is silent but still never. The creeping dead of Nosferatu waits to claim another victim. Vampires vampires. The legend of the vampire dates back to ancient civilizations with tales of blood-drinking spirits appearing in Greece and Rome. However, it was Eastern Europe folklore in the 18th century that shaped the modern image of the vampire, a pale, nocturnal creature preying on the living. Alright, so there's this big coffin. It's called The Last Ride. It's $7, you said?
Yes.
Okay, so it's $7 if you guys want to do this. This is like an immersive experience. So you're put into this coffin. You can fit 2 people. So if you're with a friend or a spouse or a partner, you guys can go in here. I'm gonna go alone because my husband's with my child. But it's almost 3 minutes. 2 minutes.
Yeah, almost 3 minutes.
Okay, so almost 3 minutes, and they close the coffin, and there's music. It's complete pitch black, but it's the story of Dracula, right? Okay, and then it's like there's scents, there's smell, there's movement. So we're gonna go. Well, I'm gonna go and jump in. So wish me luck. Okay.
When you get out, tell me how it went inside.
Okay.
When you get out.
Alright, so I do want to let you know, if you need me to stop at any moment, just stop, okay? I'll stop at any moment.
Okay.
Alright, you ready?
Try to hang in. Thank you.
Alright, you guys, get comfy, welcome back.
How was it?
It was cool. It was a little scary. I used my phone for like a few seconds. But it was cool. It was like the hydraulics was really cool. But yeah, it's not bad. It wasn't bad. Yeah.
Glad you tried it.
Yeah, I know. I'm happy he convinced me, so I'm glad I was able to add this to the experience today. But yeah, it was really cool. Guys, that was pretty intense. It was almost 3 minutes, but it didn't feel that long. It felt like it was more like 2 minutes. But technically, I was Dracula in the coffin, and then we have like people transporting me and stuff. So it's very shaky from the inside, like hydraulics. But it's pitch black. So I'm gonna admit that I did use my phone, like my phone light, for a couple seconds just throughout because it is creepy, you know, to be enclosed in the coffin. But that was a good experience. So if you're here, highly suggest you do it. Like $7, but something that you would never get to do anywhere else except for here. And we made it to Krampus. Look at how huge this guy is. I'm trying to focus it. Amazing. Really cool. He's really big. And then Krampus, the shadow of Saint Nicholas. Emerging from Alpine folklore, Krampus is the enforcer of morality, a horned creature draped in chains, symbols of his servitude to the darker forces. He punishes the wicked, his rattling chains echoing the cries of misbehaving children. Beware of his sack, for it's said to carry the naughty away to a fate unknown. Will his judgment spare you? Okay. Is it Michael Myers? I see the... Bye, Compass. See you next year. We are going into the Monster Cinema. We have the 1978 Halloween poster. And look who's here. My favorite, Michael Myers. This is a really good looking Michael Myers. This is the boogeyman. Michael Myers is the boogeyman, the faceless presence that haunts the shadows of our imagination. He moves with silent purpose. With every step, he embodies our primal fear of the unknown. The horror awaits in the dark corners of the world. All right. I think we're going into what I think this is. How fun! We got the modern monster slashers. We have Jason Voorhees, Ghostface, Chucky, Pennywise, and Freddy Krueger.
We got a situation.
I don't like it.
Come on,
They have a little photo op for $5. You can choose your monster as a background. I did the mummy. Trying to see if this works. It's only $5, but so this is my photo. I did one by myself, and then it was only $5, and then you get it emailed to you as well. And then we did a family one. Here, grab it so I can show everybody. I know.
hold it? Okay, go.
I want to see. Show it to the camera. Cool. That came out so cute. Now we just exited the exhibit. They have a little bit of merchandise. Check out the Frankenstein t-shirt. It's really cool. They have a Frankenstein beanie. They actually have a Chucky hoodie, like a tie-dye hoodie. Really cool. And then I also see Jason Loungefly backpacks. And look at that backpack in the back. R.I.P. I've never seen that. That's a really cool backpack. Moth, plushies, Krampus baby book. Krampus buttons or pins. If you guys are familiar with horror ornaments, I've been following them on Instagram for such a long time. They sell their ornaments here. We just walked out of the Santa Monica Art Museum. Monsters. It's called the Monster Exhibit of Horrors. This is the exit that we just walked out from. But yeah, this is located in the 3rd promenade of Santa Monica. So there's a bunch of like restaurants and entertainment and stores. I haven't been here in years, like years. I used to go to school to Santa Monica City College, so I used to kind of frequent this place a lot. But it's nice. It's a very nice location. Alright, so that wraps it up for us today here at the Santa Monica Art Museum. Monsters exhibit of horror, very fun, very unique. If you have the chance to come out, like you have a day off, you have a day where you want to do something different, something fun, I highly suggest coming out. Especially if you appreciate the art and the history of things, this is like the perfect place to come and do that. The exhibit runs until January 5th, so you only have a couple weeks left if you want to come. And again, you're at the promenade, so if you want to come do some shopping or eat before or after, this is like the perfect date night to come and experience this. But thank you to Santa Monica Art Museum for inviting us today. We had a great time. My son was actually loving every second of it. And the coffin experience, if you guys want to do that, I think it's worth it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next spooky adventure. Stay spooky and happy horror days.